What's going on, guys? Back to another episode of the Splash Rose Podcast, your number one source, anything, health, fitness. We're doing lifestyle stuff now, whatever you want. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey, Josh, how's it going?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another week. This week, we got two local Nova Scotia rappers, Jax and Atay. Welcome to the show, boys.
Hey, how's it going?
It's funny because we're kind of a health and fitness podcast, but Jax is going to vape the whole time.
Man, I have a problem. I don't have to hit this if you don't want.
No.
It's hilarious. Go.
I'm just kidding. So how about you guys tell us a little bit about your story, how you started rapping, kind of how you came up, and then how you met each other.
Usually I'm the first to tell the story, so Atay, why don't you take this one, buddy?
Oh, geez, but I always wanted to make music like my whole life, and I just never did when I was younger. And then I was doing some other art stuff for a while, and then kind of just fell out of love with doing that. So I was looking for something else to do, and I just stumbled on music and started making beats privately in my room for 2 years. And then one day was shit, I should buy a mic. And then I bought a mic and started doing that even in private. It was years before I actually had the courage to release anything. And then I did it for a couple of years, actually releasing. And then I met Jackson. If you want to tell that story.
Oh, is that me now, Atay?
Yeah. I actually saw the footage from that night when I was scrolling back in our conversation.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll tell that.
Have you ever watched that?
No, I can't ever bring myself to watch that old footage of me doing that.
Wow, it was crazy.
Yeah, basically the same day I started music when I was 14 or 15. It was so bad that I knew it was bad, and I didn't tell anyone about it. And then eventually word got out, and people were like, this is kind of dope, and I just kept making music. And then it so happened that I did a live show that Atay also got asked to do, but he was too anxious to perform. So, yeah.
I said no, and then I showed up to watch everybody else.
Yeah, and it was the first time I met Atay, and I asked him if he would record my live footage for me, and he did, and then we linked up, and then the rest is just what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Who reached out for the collaboration? Who was the first guy being oh?
Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was?
I'm thinking you.
I think
Jax, yeah. Definitely you.
You'd be wrong.
Well, now come on, there's parts to that. Listen,
here we go.
I DM'd you first when I heard your music, and I thought it was cool. But we didn't talk for a long time after that. It was you who said to me after that show, "Yo, we gotta get in the studio and link up and make a song."
I definitely don't sound like that, but yeah.
Well, you did at the time, for sure. You gotta go watch that video then.
What's the Nova Scotia rap scene like? Is there a lot of guys out there?
Yeah, actually, it is. There is a lot of good talent in Nova Scotia, man. It's just a shame that it doesn't really get broadcasted as much, unfortunately.
We don't really have the market sometimes. It's really difficult to kind of build a fan base substantial enough to actually do shows. That stuff is rare, and when you can't do that stuff, it seems like there's no rappers. If more people were doing big ass shows, then it kind of works. But
yeah, you guys have some funny stuff. We're watching PG-13, the video today.
I love it.
It's awesome. It's really funny.
Yeah, that song is fun. That song is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a fun song. So, Jax, you also a skater?
I skate.
Yeah.
I do skate, man. The only two things
I couldn't tell.
Couldn't
tell from the Thrasher sweater. Sick.
You guys skate?
When I was little, not much though. No.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You seen any of the Skate videos?
Skate? You got to tell us about that now.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, no, never.
Let's go.
It's me mocking. It's just me I don't skate and he skates, and it's always just been a joke that he skates and I don't skate, and it's just been this thing. And then eventually one day we just I was with him while he was skating, and I was let's just pretend that, let's make me a skate video, but I can't skateboard. And it got out of hand.
And Skate was born.
Nice. How long you been skating for, Jax?
Oh God, man, 7 or 8 years now, I think.
Nice.
It's been a love-hate relationship, but it's the only thing that I really do besides make music. So gets me outside and active.
That's really interesting because me and Josh were talking. We're in a bunch of stuff together, and there's this kind of idea about the 10,000 hours to become an expert. So for you, that's your skating. For you, that's your music. And if you like just fully grind into that one thing, eventually, obviously, time after time, repetitions, you're gonna improve, right? And
that's the theory, and I definitely have seen that through music and through skateboarding and all that jazz.
I agree. It's a very real thing.
Do you see that?
I tried to get my hours in privately. My 10,000 hours of I tried to do 10,000 hours of music and have nobody hear it before he's a natural. He knew like he could do it right off the bat. He didn't even, no offense to him, but like he did not have to put in the time and the grind to become a musician. Like he put in an hour and was like sick at it. Like it's amazing.
Well, thank you, Atay.
It's amazing though. He sucks otherwise.
If you could describe your music, your very first song, to the stuff you're putting out now, how would you describe it?
Oh man!
Wait, like first song together or individually?
Individual. I want to know your very first thing.
Yeah.
My first song was so bad that I don't think I could ever let anybody hear it ever again.
Does it exist on the internet?
It did before I got rid of every single last piece of it. It was just not a good song. Atay's always made good music though, so I don't want to hear him come through with whatever he has to say.
That's not true. There's a song that you don't know about, and that song is not good, and that's how I would describe it. Not good, but I would describe it honest. I would say we were honest.
Like 14 and 15, right? Like we didn't know any better to make good music.
Man,
like it's hard, man. I'm not Kid Leroy. I can't be 16 and make good music. Like
we're here now, and we got your song here. I got your Spotify up, 20,000 streams on one of them. Like, how do you advertise? How are you finding your success? Like, is it just a lucky break? Just the constant grind?
It's a constant grind. Yeah. I have a big opinion on that one.
Let's hear it.
Because my thing on that is that, like, if there's one thing about us that I really do love is the fact that it has been built, like, brick by brick. Like you mentioned advertising, we do very little advertising. That song is like the first song that's ever got any playlisting, and they're still very small playlists. So like all of the numbers are like people actually listening because they found our music and know it. Like there's no like fluff streams, they're called. Like there's no fluff to anything that we have. And like so it kind of it sucks sometimes because people look at it and might not appreciate it, because they see that it's like, oh, it's cool, they're getting some streams, but they don't realize that they're all very genuine. So, like, it sucks that way, but it's also like...
But at the same time, come to a live show and you can see exactly what you're saying in play when people are listening to the music and they know the lyrics. And I would rather have that than fake streams and nobody singing along at live shows any day of the week for sure.
No, yeah. That was exactly what I was going to say.
So, like, your fan base, obviously not the biggest in the world, but it is... pretty good one, you know, you guys are out there, but your fan base is definitely hardcore fan base. Like everyone who's a fan of you guys is a fan.
And that's what I love so much, man. I love knowing that, and I love seeing that, and knowing that the music that we make can make people want to fall in love like that, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's unreal.
It is. It's super crazy. Like as soon as you like get insecure about it, something happens where you're like, if people actually care, and it's crazy.
Do you remember, Atay, when before COVID, the last show we did before COVID at the Lunenburg, and we were in the green room, and we just heard the noise of people outside, and we were just so scared to walk out there.
I was ill. I was sipping on a hot tea. I was like 171 pounds, no joke.
Well, that's a good segue. Tell me about the performing experience, what that's all like.
Tiring.
How many shows have you guys done?
Maybe 15 together, 15 or so.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it's
like
been fun. I like performing with Atay because I think that our chemistry works really well when we're on stage together.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of go crazy and lose my mind, and Atay does too, but in a more reserved and cool way, you know.
We're very different people. Like sometimes I don't think people realize that. Like we are like the furthest personality-wise you kind of can be, and it's really great. Like in that sense, where you're performing, where you kind of have a dynamic where it doesn't feel. I don't think anyway. Like too, I don't know, Backstreet Boyish, where it's like they're all like doing the same thing and all kind of just sound the same, and like I think we kind of avoid that, which is nice. But
yeah, I like that a lot. I do.
I think that would be a funny show, seeing you guys have like a synced up dance while rapping, like Backstreet
That
Boys,
is-
but just like
that's been in the
bumping
works.
beats.
Oh yeah.
That's been in the works, and Atay shot it down every time.
It's always been suggested in the worst possible. Like, we have like the hardest song we made, and people were trying to get us to do a dance routine for the hardest song we ever made. And I was like,
I
can we
love
save
it.
that?
TikTok?
Can we save it for the
Yeah, you gotta have a
group
TikTok dance.
Yeah.
song?
That's how you guys do it. That's awesome.
Big TikTok dance, yeah. I do love performing though. It's my favorite thing to do. No matter how scared or ill I feel before, I love being up on stage and doing my thing like that.
Any of those stories we can dive into?
Oh,
Past the
man.
5-minute mark, right?
We're ready to go.
Oh, fuck, buddy.
I don't even know like
First one that comes to head. Let's go.
God, we've had instances of people trying to grab us on stage before. And when I say grab, I mean like
They're grabbing.
they're grabbing, like, which is like, it's not cool, but like I get it.
it's
I
the
guess.
best worst feeling in the world.
Yeah,
It's so
See, I can
wet.
relate to that.
yeah, you can, yeah.
I feel like that's
No.
really
Oh,
uncomfortable.
I thought you said,
No.
It's uncomfortable.
You're like focused in trying to do the show, and all of a sudden like that's the last thing you'd expect.
yeah,
It is-
It really throws you off, man.
I will say though, I think we'd all be liars if, well, at least me and Jackson in this sense. I think we'd be liars if we said though that like there isn't an aspect of it like somehow. I wouldn't award like it's like a weird symbolic
It's
thing that
humbling.
happens. Like,
It's
yeah,
humbling.
yeah, it's humbling. You really see the scope of the situation when that happens. There's no BS.
Was this a one-off thing, or is it?
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No, that's a pretty occasional thing, at least pre-COVID, you know.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now, obviously.
So what are you guys doing now since COVID? Obviously, no shows, or do you have like today?
We've been doing
lifted to 50
some
people and stuff.
from like stay in your seat and drink beer shows is what we've been kind of doing around and stuff like that, and it's a different vibe for sure than what we're usually used to.
Freaks
I'm
me
sure.
out. It freaks me out. Like I had just gotten comfortable with doing shows. Like I felt like I was more comfortable every time we got on stage, and then this whole sit down in your seat and everybody be 6 feet away from each other thing is just. I think it's just the nature of our music where it's like, it's very much like people want to like dance and like be up front and like and mosh a little bit.
In the moment, man, is what they want to be.
And to perform like that, but then nobody can do that feels so backwards.
I feel like I'm being cheated on.
Yeah,
You know?
I feel like I'm going way too hard. Like I feel like almost goofy, so it gets kind of tough. But
It was fun. We did one in Bridgewater recently, and we have one in Yarmouth on the 9th at the Red Night.
Very, very cool.
Me and Brett did a YouTube video, a pizza review of all the pizza places in Yarmouth last year.
No
And
way.
you get past the 6.
We got free pizza every single place.
Every single spot.
Yeah.
So
It was crazy.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
Just because you filmed a review video, you're just like, you know.
I don't know. Like everyone was super nice, and every single place they just came out and were like, "Here's
How
like
was the
a free
pizza,
pizza."
Like no cap.
Well, you have
What's the
to watch
best
the
one?
video.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right, yeah, no, that's totally fair.
we'll find the best one and we'll go to it and we'll take a video eating there.
Yeah,
All right,
Yeah,
perfect.
and you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you get free pizza. It's so worth it.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys made an album together. Summer Shark Week. That's only you, Jax, right?
yeah, and Atay features on it twice.
Yeah. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So I want to talk a little more about last night. How long did it take to make that album? From beginning to end. That's kind of why.
It
You
was a
didn't
weird.
produce it, right? It's like the first one where you didn't do your own beats. Is that?
It is the
right?
first one where I didn't produce. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is like, I think, not to, talk shit on myself, but just like it just was a very like. I felt so free, like, because it takes so much longer when you make the beats. Like every part of the process takes longer, and like to not do it and then like be able to make all this new kinds of music that I like never could have done before because I just didn't produce that way was like, I don't know, it was incredible. I felt like I was kind of like being reinvented I guess, as an artist, because I was like ready to quit at that point, and then like I opened this whole door and like had all this opportunity to try new things. It was sick. It was just nice. It was really good.
Yeah.
It took a long time too to answer the question. Well, kind of. Like
Atay was in Sweden for half of that time that we were making that album, so it made it a little difficult to work that way. But you know, it ended up the way it did.
Was there any songs when you were making them for that album where you guys were like, oh my God, your fans are going to love this. It's going to pop right away?
PG-13.
yeah.
It's fire. It's so good.
Thank you.
And
guys.
did you shoot it in the Wolfville Theater?
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah, I live across the street. Like it's literally.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a crazy deal on that place to shoot there for like 4 hours. It was like $60, man.
They were super nice.
Wow.
They were great.
Yeah,
really
they
cool.
were really nice. Yeah, that
They
whole
were super
shoot
cool.
was just a long day.
That music video is hilarious.
Thanks,
Man, I
guys.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like forget about that one nowadays, just because like we have so much going on that sometimes I just like forget that we did that music video. It happened so fast. That was like the other music videos we kind of took our time with, and then the new ones we're kind of taking our time with. But that one we like.
That one we had one day. We had 1 day to finish it.
Don't mess up.
No, man.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And it was the day we released the album, so it was like so
Trying to talk
hectic.
to everybody, and
Yeah,
then
it was-
also trying to shoot a 11-hour-long day of music video. It was a lot.
I didn't know by the end if it was going to be hilarious or like the absolute most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life.
I've
It's
watched
hilarious.
it.
me and you
It's
with everything,
hilarious.
though?
Oh, thanks, guys. I really do appreciate that. That's actually dope to hear.
that's very kind. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like it.
Another question I got is Dryden.
We're calling him Drayden from now on.
Yo, Dryden, what's up?
No, it is
He's
Dryden,
not
yeah.
going to be happy about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he contacted me about it. What's him in relation to you guys? Like, what's going on there?
He reached out to us after the summer because he heard about us through a local artist that we did a couple mini tours with. And he wanted to be our manager, and me and Atay were hesitant at first. And then we were just like, you know what? Let's just do it. So we did it, and it's been a journey. It's been
amazing. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It changed everything just in the idea of like I think that we could have done the things that we're doing like without him, but not to like the extreme professional way. And we wouldn't have had all of those little opportunities that like, it's just incredible. You think that like you can do things by yourself. At least that's how I've always been. I did everything myself. And then like, as soon as you let somebody else help you and somebody who knows more about what they're doing, and like, it's like this, like we would have never met you guys. Like we would have we have so much stuff to do. We just like, I don't know, like I go to school and work too. So like I'm busy, and then like, I would have never found this opportunity, but Dryden just finds all the good opportunities and all the good people. And
yeah, no, he's been great, and he's been amazing to work with and help us out.
We love him.
Shout
out Drayden.
Shout out Drayden one time. He's not gonna like that.
I can relate to this song. I think Josh, you can too. Like just right now, just constant like grind life. Like just everything feels so overwhelming, especially with COVID. The whole new world. You don't know what's going on right now, and just
it's crazy.
Scary.
We would have been
not to switch things up though, real quick.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing with COVID? You guys are on the swim team, right?
Yeah.
How's that working in COVID?
So basically, there's no
Life
water.
sucks.
There's no water in the
Life
pool right now.
No water in the pool.
Yeah, so we're not swimming right now. So this is probably the longest time I haven't swam since I was 11 years old.
That must be a huge.
So that's like
gut hit.
Yeah, pretty big shift.
And we won last year.
We won AUS
Congratulations,
last year.
that's dope.
First time Acadia won in 38 years. First time Dal has lost AUS in 21 years.
Good for them. I hate that. I feel like I shouldn't have public opinion on Dal, but I just love to see the big guy lose sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I love that you guys won. That's sick. That's like weirdly like metaphorically matched though, because like as corny as this sounds, I feel like we don't have water in the pool right now either. Like I feel like we won last year too in a sense, and like now we can't operate. So like I also play hockey, and I've been playing hockey since I was like 11, and I haven't played hockey now in like 9-10 months because I was away, and then COVID, and it sucks, and I only ever played for fun, so I can't even imagine like if you had a sport like that you can't play.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, but I think there's a lot of other interesting things going on right now, so it'll be okay. And there seems to be a bit of a plan forward here, so we should be back in the pool in the next month here, and then
that's dope.
Smooth out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Same with us. We're trying to get a plan together and look forward
to hot tub or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Hot tub or something.
Hot tub, yeah.
Jacuzzi, a sauna or some shit.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, then going to that, what's the next steps then? When COVID's done, or hopefully COVID's done soon, what are you guys' next plans?
Just keep doing what we're doing, and just working on some new music, and hopefully when COVID is over, we're just going to be right back where we left off, just doing everything that we wanted to do.
Yeah, I want to do a university tour
to Acadia to do a show.
I want to meet you guys in person. And I want to go hard and stuff. That'd be sick.
Man, we were supposed to. We had like almost every university lined up. Like almost like in Nova Scotia, like a good amount at least. There's only a couple that were kind of flaky. Other than that, we had like a whole thing planned, and it was like right when COVID happened, and like all of it canceled. It was right at the end of the year last year. It was like right around then.
When you finally get down here and it's a bit more cleared up and stuff, we'll do another show, and we'll go in person. We'll have a bunch of fun.
Really good.
That would be awesome.
That would be fun. That would be good.
Yeah. Who are you guys?
How'd you guys meet?
Through swimming.
That's a story too.
Was it a time ago, or was it like
4 years ago?
Oh, okay.
4 years.
So when we got to school, we're both from Ontario, so we definitely raced each other at some point growing up and didn't realize. But now we. I'm
seeing
together.
A lot of similarities between you two and me and Atay.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
The stories are different, but they're weirdly lining up.
It's really
weird. But it is actually kind of weird.
Yeah.
Atay was a rapper. I was a rapper. I'm sure he heard my music floating around, and I heard his, but I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we race each other every day.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah,
metaphorically speaking. Yeah.
Who do you guys like model yourselves off? Do you have like rappers that you look up to or anything like that?
Absolutely. I'm a huge fan of Kyle. I don't know if you probably know him, right?
Yeah.
He did I Spy with Lil Yachty and
Yeah.
He's my favorite artist, and I've based a lot of my aesthetic and my vibe off of what he's done. And I can't speak for Atay. I think he would probably agree though on that.
Yeah. I love Kyle too, so that one's hard for me. I'm not like Kyle though. I'm not like Kyle as a person, but like, I don't know, maybe Kyle's more introspective side a little bit, but I don't know if I have any one individual. I just kind of like, I think I take
Macklemore.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Absolutely never. No, I don't think there's anybody in particular. Like I think I'm the type of person where if I did idolize too much like that and like tried to be a certain kind of person, that I would probably suffer from it. I think if I just I'm just more of like an internal guy, so I try to bring stuff out of myself more so than everything. But there's music that I really love, that I really fuck with. But like Mac Miller, of course. I almost hate that answer because he's just universally loved, but
by everybody.
But I was like 11 years old, like downloading his albums on DatPiff, like that. I've been following him forever, so that one's obvious. And Kyle and Jack Harlow, if you guys know who Jack Harlow is.
Yeah, I know.
Also been following Jack Harlow since he had like 6,000 followers on Instagram, so that one's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Subtle flex, yeah.
That one's been crazy to watch happen, and that
Day
was
one.
Seriously. One of my dudes showed me him like 4 years ago, and he was 18, and like, so I love him too. That's been crazy to watch.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope as fuck.
Yeah. Okay, so if any like really small town guys, little kids are listening to this right now, and they look up to you guys, they want to become a rapper one day, what's the best lesson you could give them, best advice?
Honestly, I would have to say not to just like, it's kind of corny, but don't give up. You know what I'm saying? there was times throughout before I met Atay that I was like, what am I even doing right now? Like, is this pointless? Is there going to be a payoff for all this time and money and energy I'm spending on this? And if you really love it, then and you show that in the music, people are going to love it. Doesn't matter who they are. Someone out there is going to love it. And that's, I never would have guessed that. And we're not even big yet. I never would have guessed it would be at. Exactly. I never would have thought I'd be at the level I'm at right now. So everything from here on out is just a blessing to my heart,
Wow, that was...
Clip that
guy over here.
AJ's gonna cry.
Follow that one up, buddy.
Yeah.
Who wrote that? Someone wrote that for him. I don't know.
I'm putting it on the Instagram.
My ghost wrote that one too.
Put it on the
No,
It better be good.
To bounce off that, the feeling that he mentioned where it's like sometimes you feel like you wasted your time and it's not worth it. That's very much an art thing, because in other things that you do, there's always like tangible goals, and there's physical evidence of your work ethic, whether it's school or a lot of the time sport, sometimes not in sport, but there are like milestones that are very clear and obvious. But when you do something like this, it's so, you're just you just become an insecure person, even if you're not. And I have that feeling all the time now where I'm like, is this worth it? Have I wasted my time? And you have to like ground yourself and look at old footage of shows and like make yourself feel like it's not ridiculous. But my advice would be to be patient. What I think one of the only things I ever did right when I started was I made music just for me, and I didn't show anybody for a long time. And I think that for my type of person, that helped me because I needed more time to develop to be good enough for people to listen and not hate it. And I think that doing it by myself gave me like an internal confidence that was great. So like to young kids, I'd be like, don't rush it. Like just play around and have fun. Maybe learn instruments or like
that's a great
things
one.
for yourself.
Fun, man. Having fun is like some of mine and T's best memories have been in the studio together, and one of us will say a line that's just so bad that we'll both just laugh. And I think that if we weren't having fun when we were doing it, then the magic would be lost and people would be able to feel that,
Best songs we ever made are the worst songs that I've ever written.
100%.
Just like being idiots, like not caring about like
just having fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what you guys said, I can relate fully to with my YouTube channel right now, right? I'm in that grind phase, just trying, like, again, like the art. It's not a sport. It's not school. There's no end result. You just got to put in your best work.
It's hard, man. And I hope you guys keep doing this. This is cool. Like this is dope. We never know when we have these conversations how they're going to go, because sometimes it's weird. Like,
you guys are cool.
Yeah,
you guys are cool because you never know. Like sometimes it's just
we're not cool. Me and Atay are actually not cool at all.
Maybe we're not cool either.
No, you guys are great. Excellent. Maybe we're all not cool, and that's why it works.
Yeah, that's why I like that. It's funny because me and Brett started this up because we were kind of just alone, and we're like 7-hour drive away from each other and couldn't go and see each other because of COVID. And we thought, what a good way to just hang out and meet new people and stuff. And it's like really cool that we got to meet you guys. We got to meet a bunch of other different people. Like we had a guy from like Turkey on at one point.
Oh, that's dope.
It's been kind of cool. So it's super cool to meet you guys too.
Yeah, big time, man.
I'm going to have to ask you guys about fitness stuff at some point, but
we're here for you 100%. I think that's a good place to kind of leave it. If you guys want to plug anything, talk about the album, any upcoming shows, one in Yarmouth, whatever you want.
All right, Atay, you go first. I'll blast some after you.
Shout out. I feel like my Instagram is like the only thing I would have to shout out, and that's ITSATAY. It's Atay. That's the biggest thing. Obviously, that show in Yarmouth, which is a weird one for us. We're kind of reaching outside of our market on that one, so it should be interesting. Other than that, his album just came out not long ago, Shark Week. That's incredible, and people should go listen to it. I think it's a little different from like our stuff together, but I think that's why it's really dope. It's a lot more pop and punk rock, and
appreciate that.
Yeah, singy.
That's
all I gotta say.
All right, well, I'll try and follow that up. Jackson666. I'm not going to change the IG handle, Atay. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. It's in my yearbook quote. I have to. Yeah, Yarmouth show. That's it. That'll do it for me.
Go stream on Spotify. All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And
This was a lot
check
of
out
fun.
the Yarmouth show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.